Peace, welcome y'all, this is Common, and I want to get into 5 things that you need to know about my album. Five things you should know about my album. 5 things you will know about my album. It's going to be very important to your life, all right? The first thing is that this album is global. Now, when I say global, that means that it has come from a place when I was across the waters. I was overseas, and I got inspired by being in France and being in Spain and being in Prague and being in England and just seeing what they partied like. And I took that inspiration and decided to make an album that would be able to reach those regions and reach Birmingham, Alabama, and reach Chicago, and reach LA. I wanted to make a global album that came from a global perspective that would hit worldwide. And that's the first thing you need to know about my album, Universal Mind Control. The second thing you need to know about Universal Mind Control is that my creative co-pilots, because you know the album is fly, so I gotta have co-pilots. I ain't do it all alone, though. Don't nobody do anything great all alone. So I had some incredible creative co-pilots. It started with the Neptunes. I'm talking about Pharrell and Chad. These are 2 of the most genius dudes you can ever work with. Pharrell comes with so many ideas. We started with his production, and then Chad would come in and add so many colors and just bring the tracks and the music up to a whole new perspective. And then I teamed up with another co-pilot named Mr. DJ. He did work with Outkast, did Bombs Over Baghdad, did co-produced, co-piloted with Outkast on Miss Jackson. So this time I was able to co-pilot with him on my album. He did a song called Make My Day. Everything, it just feels wonderful when I got to work with these dudes. These were some of the best co-pilots you'll ever be able to work with, and I think it all came to be something fly. That's why we say I'm styling, being fly, because these dudes were the great co-pilots that I got to work with to create UMC, Universal Mind Control, and make it something futuristic and fresh. Okay, the third thing that you gotta know, number 3, what you need to know about my album. 3 is, I like the number 3, so you need to know my inspiration, right? Now my inspiration for this album has come from parties. Yes, Common does party. I do like to enjoy myself. I do like to see girls dancing. So ladies, dancing was an inspiration too. That ties in with the parties. And of course, fellas, get out on the dance floor, you see the ladies doing. So to see people enjoy themselves to good music was an inspiration. And then also listening to Radiohead. And I went to this Radiohead concert. I always used to listen to Kid A, and I started listening to Kid A again. And then I went to OK Computer. I went to the Radiohead concert. And I'm like, man, it just reminded me of how broad and great music is, and how open music is, and how great you can be as if you just be progressive with your music. So that was an inspiration. Sangria was another part of the inspiration, because I was having a good time when I was recording this. And I was inspired by my nights out drinking sangria, whether I was on tour or whether I was going to the studio. But I don't really honestly like to drink when I gotta lay down vocals, but it would be a celebration after I lay down my vocals. So sangria was definitely an inspiration, and just to make fresh progressive music inspired me. And I can't forget Afrika Bambaataa either. Afrika Bambaataa inspired. Y'all know that. For those who don't know, that's Planet Rock, baby. You gotta know. Yeah. Now look, as I go from the 3rd to the 4th, it kind of lets you know, if I can go to the Planet Rock world, then I gotta be able to zoom. Anytime you zooming, that means you taking it out there. You taking it to some place that's really special to your own. And I want to zoom on all my albums, but this album I really zoomed on because I was able to go to a place that no one else has went in hip hop. This place is a combination, a hybrid of hip hop music with techno, with electro, with jazzno, whatever you want to call the old. I just made music that was really futuristic and went to a place that Common and only me and my creative co-pilots can go. This place is like saying, hey, we're gonna give y'all some music that's fun. We're gonna give you some music that you could ride to, that you could move to, that you could just enjoy your life to, and hopefully take your mind off whatever troubles that have been going on. You know, people kept talking about the economy, talking about different things that we know does exist in our worlds. Well, I need to be able to take you away. I need to be able to fly away sometimes. So this album is definitely the zoom. And number 4, I gave you some zoom in the album. I had to give you the zoom. It's important, it's necessary. It's wonderful for you to be able to zoom away. You don't even need drugs to zoom. All you gotta do is zoom to this music, you dig? So that was the 4th thing. The 5th thing is the brightness in the album. And this album is very bright, it's bright. It shines on you. You know why? Because I was shining when I was making it. I was riding up and down the Pacific Coast Highway. I was in Miami, like it's experiencing Miami in a new way. I was out, like even in places in Chicago when it felt cold, I made it feel like it was summer. To get to that, to be honest, the original name of the album was Invincible Summer, and I ended up changing it. But I kept the brightness there because brightness is important. Brightness is what you want for people to feel. When they hear music, you want them to feel brighter and more entertained and more inspired. So I gave the brightness from not only what I was influenced by, but I wanted the music to feel like that. And that's why you'll have songs like Make My Day featuring CeeLo from Goody Mob, Gnarls Barkley. You got that song where you could just, I've been wanting to tell you that you make my day. I like you cause you make my day. Girl, you know you make my day. I ain't singing as good as CeeLo did, but it's a bright song, very bright song. What a World is a bright song, man. We take it to the future, and the future is bright for us. So the 5th thing that you get on my album is brightness. And you gotta know, universal mind control is all of these things. It's global. We got the best creative co-pilots. Yo, it's inspirational. You can zoom to it. And of course, it's bright. So you get those 5 things in universal mind control coming December 9th. Make sure y'all stay in tune.